G'day. Hello. This is Groovy McGee here, in the flesh. I thought it'd be fun to do a little behind the scenes action for ya. Had a few people suggest I do so, here we go. Here we are. I've got a fair bit to yap about, so I was thinking if this goes well, then I could do like a second part or something, because I can just go on for hours and hours talking about this. But yeah, without further ado, let's go. So I wanted to start off by talking about the room itself and the style choices I've made, and just how I made all the assets and the objects in the room itself. I initially wanted to make this project like a dark, sort of scary type of thing. Actually, originally the Goblin itself was more of a ghoul, like a zombie looking thing. He had like his eyes stitched shut, and it was like this scary looking creature. I've actually got a photo somewhere. I'll put up on screen. You can see what I mean. Eventually I was like, nah, this scary vibe ain't my thing. I decided to instead go like a more creepy, weird, quirky sort of vibe, yet somehow also make it funny. Just like generally off-putting. Just the vibes ain't right, you know? And that's how I sort of came to this sort of style. Heavily inspired by stop motion animation. Think of like Wallace and Gromit or Caroline. I just wanted things to look sort of like clay models, or like, yeah, just stop motion. Just think stop motion. Definitely think I've achieved what I wanted, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So another huge inspiration for me was Smiling Friends. I had a fair few comments mentioning that, and you're right, congratulations, mate, you pointed it out. No, yeah, it's true though. I love that show. I love the humor. I love the general vibe of it. It's very XD random, dare I say. And yeah, I just wanted to somehow incorporate that into my little project. And I mean, I'm not funny like at all, but I try to be. And it seems like some of you guys, or most of you guys, like it, so I think it's going alright. It's not the worst thing in the world. Anyway, enough yapping. The point is, heavily inspired by Smiling Friends, to the point where the Thought Goblin himself was actually originally meant to look like the Wembley character from Smiling Friends, just in terms of like the PS1 looking style aesthetic. He was like a very low poly, pixelated looking character. I've actually got a video showing that. I'll put up on screen as well. Yeah, looks like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna at least try to be a little bit original and maybe just make my own character. And then yeah, I changed it to pretty much how it looks now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. He's pretty iconic, I reckon. He's got an iconic look to him, and he's my precious little baby. I love him. Another huge inspiration I should mention is Jaked, J with 5 A's, K-E-D. He's on Instagram and TikTok. I discovered his videos and thought that sort of style of video concept was pretty cool, pretty funny, interesting, and I thought it would be fun to make my own sort of version of that, my own sort of twist on it. And so yeah, definitely a big thank you to him. Hopefully the Thought Goblin is like original and unique enough for it to not come across as like a complete rip-off. But yeah, anyway, thank you, and let's move on, shall we? Alright, let's actually do some behind the scenes stuff. rather than just looking at the same screen for like 20 minutes. So I was thinking I'd make an object, and this object will be actually in the next episode that isn't out yet. I think episode 10 is the next one. So I thought I'd just show my process, record it, and just talk about what I do. And yeah, let's do it. What I'm doing is just making the base model. I'm trying to make it as low poly as I can, but still as like detailed as I can. Like a nice happy medium. And then I copy and paste it, and on that one on the right, I add a subdivide surface modifier, which gives it a bunch of polygons, which allows me to then I can like sculpt and add a bunch of detail and all that juicy goodness to it. And then once I'm done, I have to UV unwrap this base model, which is annoying. I hate doing this. It's such a tedious process, but you gotta do it. You've got to do it, you know? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose in life, and UV unwrapping is losing. But alas, we do it. I'm horrible at this. Like, I'm horrible at UV unwrapping, but it's good enough. Once that's done, we make sure both of these models are in the same space, and then she's ready to export, mate. Export both of the models, and then I go into this program called Substance Painter. There we go. Load in the low poly model, go into this baking tab, load in the high poly model, play around with some settings until I'm happy, and then I just click on this Bake Selected Textures button, like so, and then watch it load. And then voila, all that juicy detail is onto the low poly model. Now it's time to add a material to this bad boy. I was thinking for this baseball bat, just a simple wooden texture, nothing too fancy, and then a little grip handle thing texture as well. And then I called it there. And then I exported the textures. Doing so gives me a bunch of texture maps, they're called. And then I just chuck those into Blender. So what I'm doing here in Blender is just creating a material for the baseball bat, and then just loading in the texture maps we just had exported, and just linking them up respectively. And then that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote for that one. That's your baseball bat done and dusted. And then it's ready to be put in the scene, in the room, for a certain someone to use. Find out next time on Goblin. But no, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what I did for every object in the room, including the infamous Goblin, the Thought Goblin himself. So it took a fair amount of time to do all that, but the good thing about that is that once you made the object, you're done, and I don't have to do that for like every single episode, like remake the object. It's just done and dusted. It's there, ready to be animated or used or whatever. And yeah, one last thing I wanted to touch on is the animation. It takes a fair bit of time to animate. Even though the videos are under a minute long, 30 seconds to a minute long, there is a lot of animation in each episode. So I'm animating obviously the Goblin, the Thought Goblin, and then the guy at the table. He has no name, just the man drawing the pictures or whatever. Kyle the Rat, the legend himself, and even like other random objects. It's just, yeah, there's a lot of animation, and it's all hand done. There's no like AI, or there's nothing that sort of helps speed up the process. It's just straight up like work. It's just work, and it's fun. It's very satisfying seeing it all come together at the end. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that it takes a lot of time, and it's funny that there's a reason why Thought Goblins GF, or I guess now wife. Where is she? Over here somewhere. Is the reason why I made her this cardboard cutout. I mean, one, it's kind of funny, and two, it's like such an easy thing to animate. There's no limbs or anything. It's just a straight up cardboard inanimate object, and that cuts down on hours and hours of animation. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, and just know that I'm working very hard on these, and I don't want to take forever on them, but I kind of have to. So for those who are asking for these daily, it just ain't possible, mate. It just ain't possible. My bad. But just, yeah, realize that I'm working hard on these and that I try to get them out as quick as I can. But I also want to focus obviously on quality. So sorry, but yeah, I try to push them out weekly, but sometimes it takes a bit longer, or sometimes less time. It varies a lot. But yeah, just know I'm working hard. Again, I keep saying that, I keep repeating myself, but yeah. How do I end this? Thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking around. If you watched to the end, you're a legend. And yeah, let me know if you want a next part, another behind the scenes type video. Yeah, have a great day. See you around.